So here, dear students, so we have to learn about atomic masses. So here, first of all, we must learn about the actual mass of an atom. Then we have to understand about, then just a minute, okay, I'll admit everyone. So in the second thing, we have to understand about the relative atomic mass. So we just need to understand about the relative atomic mass. To be frank, we usually use this as an atomic mass only. Then next one, we need to understand about gram atomic mass. Then finally we have to understand about the average atomic mass. So if we finish these topics today completely with all the basic things, that is enough for today. Okay, so let's understand one by one. So here we understood that, okay, we actually by indirect method, okay, by indirect method we found, the scientists have found the actual mass of one atom of hydrogen. Yesterday this was discussed with you, so that's why I'm not going for all the detailed explanation of something. So here understand that actual mass of one atom of hydrogen was found to be around 1.6673 into 10 to the power, sorry, it should be 37 into 10 to the power minus 24 grams. So this was the mass, it is 73 only. This was the actual mass of one atom of hydrogen. So try to understand that when you take one hydrogen atom, the hydrogen atom contains only one proton and one electron around it. So the actual mass of this one is such a small value that it's only 1.66 into 10 to minus 24. If you write in terms of 0.00, you just need to write it in terms of 0.0000, so many zeros, around 23 zeros, then it will be 16673, that would come. So this is little confusing. Every time we cannot be dependent on a number which is such a big one, such a smaller one, so we cannot be dependent on that, right? So that's the reason, okay, that's the reason we can be, okay, we can be, or we can go for a relative atomic mass now, which relates the masses between the different atoms. So instead of using for our convenient, okay, for our convenient, we can use this one. We can use the relative atomic mass instead of the actual atomic mass. So how, what do you mean by relative atomic mass now? Relative atomic mass is something where you will be relating the mass of an atom compared to the other atom. So you will be relating means you just have to relate the masses of different, just a minute, okay? Just a minute. Okay, what I was telling here is, relative atomic mass is something where you will be comparing the masses. You will be comparing the mass. For example, I told you one example. If my weight is 50 grams, sorry, 50 kg, if someone X is there now, okay, if someone X is there, his weight is 100. So instead of using these numbers 50, 100 repeatedly, what I can just do is, I will be comparing my mass with his mass. So it will be like, if I am 50, he is 100, so 100 by 50 is 2. What do you mean by this 2 here? 2 tells you that his weight is 2 times greater than my weight. So for example, if a person is there with 1000, so then I can compare that his weight is 20 times greater than my weight. So this comparison is called as a relative atomic mass. So what do you mean by the relative atomic mass now? Relative atomic mass, either you can compare with the hydrogen mass only. So okay, actually they have started with the compare with the hydrogen mass, then with the oxygen mass, then it has been finalized that we have to compare with the carbon mass, okay, carbon mass, which you can find, it finds usually many compounds, as well as it is somewhat stable. So that's the reason at the beginning we started comparing with the hydrogen mass only, because that is the one which is least. Okay, while comparing you have to follow that, you have to compare with the one which is having least mass. So then only you can get, for example, imagine imagine some numbers like 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175. These type of numbers are given to you, and if you want to find the relative mass, you have to divide the masses of this by the smallest number that is known to you. Got it? Now you should understand that why it was compared with hydrogen, because the smallest one was the hydrogen. While comparing, it would be better if you compare with the smallest one. Now you may ask, sir, why I have to compare with the smallest one? Why I can't go for the 50 or 100 here? So imagine if I go for 100, in this case, I have to divide this by 100. I will be getting a value which is 0.25. I won't get a whole number. To make this relative atomic mass a whole number, you have to divide by the smallest number that is known to you. Is that clear? For example, if I divide 25 by 25 only, I will be getting a whole number 1. 50 by 25, I will be getting a whole number 2. If I divide 75 by 25, I will be getting a whole number 3. So like this, if you want to get a whole number, you have to divide the mass, okay? We have to get the mass which is a smallest one. The same thing is done here. So while comparing, relative atomic mass is a comparison. While comparing, even though masses, so many masses were known, you have to compare with the least possible mass, that is mass of hydrogen, because that's the smallest atom that is known to us, and also that will be having a lesser weight compared to all other masses. So that's the reason when you compare the other masses with the hydrogen mass, always you will get a whole number. Okay, always you'll get a whole number. Some decimal point may be there, but you will be getting a value which is greater than 1, like 1 or 4 or 6, like this. It may contain point also, but you will be getting a whole number. Are you getting my point? So relative atomic mass is just a comparison of the mass related to the smallest one, hydrogen, at the beginning. Later it has been converted for the oxygen, then it has been converted, now it is being used for the carbon. Okay, so therefore relative atomic mass is the mass of atom. Okay, it is the mass of an atom. So you can write in terms of this point term. Okay, relative atomic mass is the mass of an atom compared with or related to the mass of C12 isotope. Okay, C or mass of 1/12. Okay, 1/12 of C12 isotope. Now you might wonder that why we have to divide this by 1/12. Why we have to divide this by 1/12? While comparing with the carbon mass, why you have to directly not compare with the carbon 12 only? Why you have to compare with 1/12 of the carbon? Because when it was measured, carbon's weight was, okay, one atom of carbon was weighing 12 times heavier than this one. Okay, 12 times heavier. That is 12 into 1.6773 into 10 to the power minus 23. So it was weighing this much. Okay, not exactly this value, but almost close to this value. So the carbon was weighing this much. So when you just a minute. Okay, it was actually, it is 6-7 only. Okay, I just gave this as a 1.66. It's not actually 66, it is 1.67, but actual mass of the carbon is around 1.6605. Okay, so the mass of, okay, the mass of carbon, okay, I try to understand what I'm telling now. Mass of carbon was this much, and if you compare with any of the mass, for example, if I want to know relative mass of hydrogen, okay, I'll tell you how to find the relative mass. If you want to know relative mass of hydrogen, you should do like this: mass of an atom of hydrogen, that is 1.673 into 10 to the power minus 24 divided by mass of only C12. If you do, okay, I'm telling, if you do only C12 without 112, what I have to divide this? It will be 12 into 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24. No doubt this will cancel out. This will also almost cancel out. You'll get the value as 1/12. Again, you're getting a decimal point. So to clear that confusion only, what you'll be doing here is, you will be dividing this by 1/12, so that I can cancel this 12, extra excess 12, what is there, no? You have to cancel it. So for that reason only, you have to take it as 1/12 the mass of the C12 isotope. Is that clear, my dear students? Because now if you calculate the mass of hydrogen, that is relative mass of hydrogen, it would be done like this: mass of hydrogen is 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 divided by 1/12 the mass of carbon is, because 12 is cancelled, it will be almost equal to 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24. It will almost cancel out, and you will be getting the value which is equal to 1. You'll get a whole number. Is that clear? Is that clear? So what do you mean by relative atomic mass? It is the mass of an atom compared to the mass of a C12, 1/12 of the C12 carbon. So therefore, if you want to write in terms of the formula now, okay, if you want to write in terms of the formula, it would be relative atomic mass. Okay, relative atomic mass will be equal to mass of an atom. Here just now I calculate the hydrogen. Similarly, you can calculate for any atom. Okay, you can calculate for any atom. So mass of an atom, or that atom, particular atom which you are finding, divided by 1 by 12th the mass of C12. What do you mean by, again you might have a confusion that what is C12, because carbon could exist in different isotopic form. We'll solve one question. Okay, we'll solve one question related to that one. You'll understand that carbon could exist in different variety, means 3 isotopes are there mainly. In that you have to take only one isotope, that is most abundant isotope, that is C12. And also I'll tell you that majority of our body, okay, 99% of our body contains C12 only, carbon. We know that we are made up of carbon. What type of carbon? C12 carbon. Okay, there could be very less percentage of C13 or C14 also, but we are mainly made up of carbon, which is C12 carbon. Everything around us, whatever the carbon containing compound you are seeing, 99% of that compounds are made up of C12 carbon only. Is that clear? Is that clear? So let's understand that mass of an atom divided by this 12th C12, or 1 by 12 the mass of C12 isotope. So if you want more clarification or more understanding, you can calculate for an atom. For example, if you want to calculate a relative atomic mass of oxygen, if you want to find oxygen's mass, will be usually 16 times heavier. It will be 16 into 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 divided by 112. The mass of carbon will be, okay, 112 the mass of carbon will be around 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24. Almost it will cancel out. So what you'll be getting? 16. There is one question that usually comes to our mind. What is the unit now? What I must use here? There is nothing should be used here. Okay, the reason is it's a relative means this is also gram, this is also gram. Usually when the same relative terms are there, usually they will cancel each other and you will be getting no unit. Okay, you will be getting no unit. Or there is one more thing that you can express this one as, that is 16 AMU. Okay, 16 AMU or U. So you should understand now what is that AMU or U. So AMU, atomic mass unit. Okay, atomic mass unit is the mass of, okay, is the mass of 1 1/12 the mass of carbon. So that is what we call as a atomic mass unit or AMU. What do you mean by that? It is the mass of 1/12 the mass of carbon. It means a mass of carbon would be, okay, mass of carbon. You know the mass of carbon is, usually it is 12 into 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24. So divide this by 1 by 12 means 1 by 12, it will be cancelling out. So you will be getting 1 atomic mass unit is nothing but 1 U, that is nothing but 1.6603 into 10 to the power minus 24 grams. Okay, this is very important value. You can write it. I hope you can see also. Yes. So you can see this one. So this is what we call as a atomic mass unit. So you should understand what is a relative atomic mass. Here it is calculated, or how to find the relative atomic. This is a formula. Second is a formula. And the third one is how to calculate. And fourth one is what is that unit that you can use. Either Shravan, what is that? Shravan Pai, what is that? See, dear students, if you are feeling that, okay, you all know all these things and all, I can skip this part and I can continue. So if you, I'm just going, because you should understand all the basic things, because you may get in the exam, what is AMU? You should know that AMU is nothing but mass of 1 carbon atom, okay, that is divided by 12. So if you know this, okay, 1 AMU is nothing but mass of, okay, mass of 1, okay, mass of C12 carbon atom, C12 carbon atom, that is divided by 12, because mass of carbon atom is this much. So divide this by 12, you will be getting a value, that is what we call as the AMU. And always the atomic mass, which is relative atomic mass, is compared with this mass. Are you getting my point? Relative atomic mass. For example, relative atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. What it indicates? It is 1 times heavier. Okay, it is 1 time heavier compared to the mass of C12 carbon. 1 by 12 of the C12 carbon. Mass of oxygen is 16. What it indicates? It is 16 times heavier compared to the 1 by 12 this carbon isotope. Or if mass of nitrogen is 14, what this indicates? It is, so see, 14 times heavier than the atomic mass of carbon, or 1 by 12 of the carbon. Are you understanding my point now? So here expressing how many times, okay, relative atomic mass is, okay, it's not ram here, I'm just telling you relative atomic mass is comparing, okay, it is just comparing how heavy the atom is compared to 1 by 12th of carbon. It means this is almost equal to the mass of hydrogen only. Okay, it means that compared with the hydrogen mass, the smallest one, okay, because 1 by 12 of the carbon, you will be getting the mass which is almost equal to the mass of hydrogen only. Okay, so it is just a comparison of how heavy an atom compared to the mass of hydrogen only. Are you getting my point? If hydrogen is this much heavier, like 1 kg, oxygen would be 16 times heavier. Are you getting my point? It means if hydrogen is 1 gram, oxygen would be 16 times heavier, nitrogen would be 14 times, sodium would be 23 times. So that comparison we call as a relative atomic mass. The students, is that clear? Before I move on, you should be sure that you have understood the main points here that I told you. First one is definition, second one is formula, third one is how to calculate, then fourth one is this atomic mass unit. Okay, what is the unit that you must use? Okay, AMU, what do you mean by AMU? And fifth one is what is actually meaning of relative atomic mass. It is just finding how heavy an atom is. So if you tell that if you are having any doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, I'll continue the third one now. Gram atomic mass. Dear students, can you reply whether it's clear? Or if there is any doubt now, you can ask any doubt. Okay, simplest doubt also you can ask. I will answer. But you should be sure, because from next class and slowly problem starts now based on the mole concept. There you must be very clear with all these things. Okay. I got a messages as clear. So yes. I'll move on now. The next part here is gram atomic mass. Gram atomic mass. So what do you mean by the gram atomic mass now? Very simple, okay, very simple now. Let me just read once any message where they're asking doubt. Okay, fine. Then I'll continue. So here, what do you mean by the gram atomic mass? Gram atomic mass, okay, gram atomic mass is expressing relative atomic mass in terms of gram. That's it. Okay, in terms of the gram. That is what we call as a gram atomic mass. Are you understanding what I'm just telling here? Expressing the relative atomic mass in terms of the grams is called as a gram atomic mass. For example, hydrogen is 1 AMU, right? 1 AMU. What do you mean by AMU? Atomic mass unit. What do you mean by that? It is nothing but, I can just write here that it is around 1 into 1.6603 into 10 to the power. Actual value is 1.008. okay, actual value is 1.008. I'm just, not to confuse you, I'm taking this one. So hydrogen is 1 AMU. What is the actual mass? This one. Okay, this is the actual mass. But for our daily usage, okay, we cannot be dependent on this one, or instead of using AMU, I can just express this as 1 gram. Okay, expressing the relative atomic mass in terms of the grams is called as a gram atomic mass. Got it? For example, gram atomic mass, okay, gram atomic mass of oxygen is 16 grams. Gram atomic mass of nitrogen is 14 grams. Is that clear? Is that clear now? So this way, expressing the expressing the mass of an atom in terms of the gram is called as a gram atomic mass. Very simple, right? Very simple. So here you may get a question as, what is the gram atomic mass of? Okay, very simple question now. what is the 1 gram atomic mass of, whenever you see this word, okay, 1 gram atom, you should understand that we are expressing this one, okay. It is not, that is what I'm telling. It is just expressing. For our convenience, we'll be expressing like this. Shilpa, very good question. Shilpa is asking whether 1 AMU equal to 1 gram. No, because 1 AMU is this value. Can 1 10 to minus 24 equal to 1 gram? No. It is just expressing in that way. Okay, for our calculation. For our calculation, expressing the 1 AMU in terms of 1 gram. It is not true. It is not equal, because just that's why I've written this one. 1 AMU is actual mass is this one, but for our convenience, for our daily usage, because we cannot calculate every time 10 to the power minus 24 grams, right? Can you weigh? If I tell you, go and weigh 10 to the power minus 10 grams, can you weigh that one? Because even if I take a small atom, okay, small, not even atom, even if I take any dust also, that would be more weight, okay, that would weigh more than 10 to the power minus 10 grams. So it would be very difficult, right? So for our inconvenience only. Yes, Francis, you will be more clear with what is exactly 1 gram, because why we can express this one, you will understand when I come to the mole concept, okay. Now don't confuse with this thing as 1 AM equal to 1 gram. No, it is not true. 1 AM is this much, and this much cannot be equal to 1 gram, right? Francis, your answer is right. That hydrogen contain 1 mole of 1 gram of hydrogen contain 1 mole hydrogen. Very good, that is correct. But now I cannot use the term mole here, because I have not come across that part. Now when we come across that part, then I'll explain why we can express in terms of the grams, okay. I'll tell you why we can express in terms of the grams, because of the mole, okay. So right now, don't confuse with that thing as 1 AU equal to 1 gram. Is that clear, Shilpa? Don't, it is not true, okay. 1 mu is not 1 gram. Good question, okay, good question. Is that confusing now? Is that confusing in any way? Is that confusing now? Don't get confused. It is just expressing. And why we have to express in this way, you will be more clear when I come to the concept called the mole concept, okay, mole concept. Till now you have this idea that, okay, I can express the AMU in terms of the grams, okay. So here, what is, okay, the question you may ask, you may get like this: what is 1 gram atomic mass of carbon only? So it would be 12 grams, okay. So when I use this word 1 gram atomic mass, okay, is that clear? So 1 gram atomic mass of carbon would be 12 grams. For sodium, it would be 23 grams. For magnesium, it would be 24 grams. So in this way, expressing in terms of the grams is called as a gram atomic mass, okay. Similarly, you will get a gram molecular mass. So in that case, do you know what would be the weight of 2 gram atomic mass of carbon? It would be 2 times of 12, that is 24. What is the weight of 10 gram atomic mass? It would be 10 into 12, that is 120 grams, okay. So usually expressing the given mass of AMU, yes, Ritika, it is 120 grams, right? Expressing the given weight of AMU in terms of the grams is called as a gram atomic mass, right? Yeah, sodium is 23, it is 23 grams. Then what would be the mass of 0.1 gram of atomic mass of sodium? It would be 2.3 grams, okay, 2.3 grams. Okay, I think this is also clear now. Atomic mass is the mass of one atom, which is very small value. To clear that value, to reduce the use of the continuous use of the smallest value, we go for the relative atomic mass. In that, we have discussed mainly 4 points. That is definition. Definition tells you that mass of an atom compared with the 112 the mass of carbon isotope. One thing. Second thing we have discussed here is how you can get the formula. Formula would be mass of an atom divided by the 112 the mass of the carbon isotope. And third thing we have discussed in the relative is finding the value by substituting the values. For example, for hydrogen, the mass of one atom would be 1.67 into something divided by 112 the mass would be 1.66. So almost you will be getting 1. Its actual value is 1.008. And expressing that in terms of the atomic mass unit is called as a AMU, and 1 AMU will be the mass of 112 the mass of carbon, that is 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24. And final thing that you have understood in the relative atomic mass is what is actually relative atomic mass. It is just finding how heavy an atom of a hydrogen or anything compared to the 112 the mass. Okay, it's just like comparing the mass of any atom with the mass of hydrogen, which is smallest one. Okay, 112 the mass of carbon weight will be almost equal to the one atom of hydrogen's weight. Okay, and relative atomic mass is actually having no unit. Okay, it is actually not having any unit because it is mass upon mass, and when you are dividing the same term by the same term, there will be no unit left. Okay, relative is never having any unit. Got it? Even the fraction also, they will be never having any unit, but expressing in terms of AMU could be accepted, or in terms of the gram, if you express, it would be more better. We call that as a gram atomic mass. Let's continue then. So after understanding these things, let's continue with the last and main important one as average atomic mass. So before understanding, yes, Pawan, that is called as a average atomic mass. So let me just understand this by slowly going one point here. If you know the, if you have seen the periodic table, if you have seen the periodic table, there would be written it as mass of the chlorine would be, okay, mass of the chlorine is around 35.5, okay, or mass of the iron would be, it would be around 55.5, or mass of the oxygen, nitrogen. Many times you will be getting a fraction number here, and we are not sure with why we are getting such a fraction number, right? Why we are getting a fraction number here? Why? If it is relative now, okay, if it is relative now, for example, if someone is weighing 100 kg, okay, if someone is weighing 100 kg, and if you are comparing a person with 20 kg, okay, so you can get a value which is a whole number like 5. Got it? So if person is weighing 20 kg and one more person is weighing 100 kg, so compared with the man with a 20 kg, this person is a 5 times heavier. So that is what you call as a relative. So in that case, I should get a whole number without any unit. Okay, but when we see actually the atomic mass, which is a relative atomic mass, we get such a fraction number, right? Why we got now get a fraction number? Because all the unit, okay, all the elements around us is having, okay, is having a one more type of same atom with a little heavier mass than that. Okay, and we call that one as an isotope. Okay, isotope. For example, so first of all, about isotope you'll learn in the second chapter. Okay, so there is only 10 minutes left. We'll try to average of the atomic masses of the isotope of same element. That's what, Shilpa, good. So isotopes are something which are of the same atomic number or same element with a different mass. For example, chlorine exists, okay, chlorine exists in mainly in two form. One is chlorine 35, we write over here, okay, one is chlorine 35 and the other one is chlorine 37. Okay, only one main point of difference between the two isotopes here is this is almost 75% and this 37 is almost 25%, and average atomic mass is taking the average of these two. Okay, it means add these two and divided by the number that is used. For example, okay, if you are finding the average, you know, you have the habit of taking the average. For example, if an exam is conducted now, okay, imagine you have written the same chemistry exam, okay, you have written the chemistry exam, the same test, okay, same test has been conducted to you, that is chemistry test has been conducted to you. In the first test you got 10 marks, in the second test you got 20 marks, in the third test you got 30 marks, and the fourth test you got 40 marks. And if I tell you, or if I ask you what is your average marks, what you gonna do? You just need to add this and divided by how many times, how many numbers you added? Divided by 4. So finally you get the total as, I think it's around a 20 or 25 or 25, right? I think you will be getting a 25 because this is 50, this is 50 by 4, 100 by 4 is 25. So your average marks would be, 25. Yes, Prithvi, right? Yes, Shilpa. So your average marks is 20. The same thing you need to apply over here. Okay, the same thing you need to apply over here. So here you just need to calculate for 100. Here you have calculated for one exam. Similarly, you have to calculate for 100 by multiplying that number with the masses. Then just divide this total by the 100. Are you getting my point now? For example, if you are calculating for one atom, it would be like this. One atom of chlorine weight 35 and one more atom would be around 37. then divide by 2. If you do, you may get a wrong value because these two numbers are not equal. Okay, these two numbers are not equal, so for that reason only we calculate it for 100. So out of 100, okay, out of 100 there are 75 atoms. Okay, there are 75 atoms whose weight will be 35. So I will be getting the total weight of 75 atoms plus there are 35, there are 25 atoms whose weight is 37. So I will be getting the weight of 37 atoms, sorry, 25 atoms. Are you getting my point? Out of 100 atoms, it means imagine I'm having a bucket. Okay, imagine in this way, I'm having a bucket full of chlorine. I have a bucket full of chlorine. In that, if I go on remove each and one chlorine now, there are 75 chlorine which would weigh 35 grams. Got it? This would weigh 35 AMU actually, but for our convenience, we'll take it as gram only. So out in that bucket, 100 chlorine are there. In that 75 chlorine would weigh 35 grams, and other 25 chlorine would weigh 37 grams. So how to find the total weight? So 75 is 75 chlorine is weighing 35 grams. So multiply these two. You will be getting the total mass of 75 chlorine. Then 25 atoms are weighing 37. So you by multiplying, you will be getting the total weight of 25. Then add these two. You will be getting the total of 100. Then what would be the weight of 1? You have to divide by 100. So if you divide by 100, you will come to know the weight of one atom. So if you calculate this, finally I will be getting value as 35.5. Is that clear, my dear students? What I just done, is that clear? You are calculating, this is the mass of one atom, okay, and we call that one as a average atomic mass because it is done by the calculation average. Is that clear, my dear students? Is that clear? There is only 5 minutes left. Just reply if you are not clear. Okay, do one thing, if it is not clear, reply now. Or should I explain this once again? Clear? If it is clear, then I can go for the definition. We'll solve one or two problem, and one problem I'll give you as a homework. Okay, if anyone is not clear with this thing, you can just ask me, I'll tell you. So here what you can write over here is the average atomic mass is the average of all masses of isotopes. Okay, all masses of the isotopes. So if you simply do 35 plus the answer will be 35 point no, you can, I mean, for one or two atom you can calculate in that way. Is that Anirudh, you can calculate only if you are having exactly one atom or 50 atom which is having 35 and other 50 atom which is having what I'm telling here is, if you are taking, if you take 100 atoms of chlorine, out of that 75 are having 35 weight and 25 are having 37 weight. In that case, I cannot just add it. Here I can directly take, because you are writing only one exam. Okay, you are writing only one exam. If you have written one exam where you got 20 marks and you have written 3 exams in the second term where you got 25 marks for all the exam. If you have written 4 exams in the second term or third term where you got 27 marks, then you just cannot add it because the numbers are same. Got it? Even if your question, if the question is, if you do 35 plus 37 divided by 2, you will be getting 36 as the answer. It is not true. Okay, it is not true. Anirudh, are you getting my point? When these numbers are same, if I tell you, if 50% are 35 and if 50% are 37, then you can go for this one. Okay, then you can go for this one if these numbers are same, but their numbers are not same. Out of 100, 75 are having 35 and 25 are having 37, then it is not same. Is that clear? Okay, then we'll go for the next one now. Average atomic mass is the mass of all the isotopes. So you can use this formula. Okay, you can use this formula. There is only 2 minutes left. We'll try to hurry now. So average atomic mass. Okay, I just use this one. Don't use this AAML all. Average atomic mass equal to, because there is not much time left, I'm writing this way. You can do in this way. X1 M1 plus X2 M2 plus X3 M3 dash 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 divided by this is the abundance. Abundance means whether out of 175 is there, 85 is there, 90, that abundance. Okay, so if you all add all the abundance, you will get 100. For example, in that 100, 75 was 35 marks and 25 was having 37 marks. So 75 plus 25 you will be getting 100. So that is what we call as the x1 plus x2 plus x3 dash 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 dash. Is that clear? So this is the formula to calculate the average atomic mass. Is that clear, my dear students? Let us solve one question here. Let's solve one question. And during and also since there is not much time left, I will be sending 1 or 2 questions to you today. Okay, I will be sending 1 or 2 questions to calculate the average atomic mass, so that you can calculate and you can send me in the answer. Send me the answer. Finally, I'll send you the answer. One question I'll try to solve now. One question I'll try to solve. So if there is any doubt, you can ask. Calculate the average atomic mass of carbon which has 3 isotopes with following abundance. So try to write it. Only 1 minute left now. Okay, so I don't think it is possible to solve 13C and 14C. So these are the isotopes. Okay, isotopes. The next one, abundance in percentage. Okay, in percentage. This is what we call as a in percentage. This is what we call as a x value. Okay, percentage abundance, that is 98.89 with the atomic mass which is expressed in AMU as 12. Is that clear? So it is going to end, just take the screenshot only. So 1.008, this is 2 into 10 to the power minus 10, this is 13, this is 14. Are you, dear students, are you understanding what I just written now? This is the atomic mass and isotope abundance, everything. So I'll tell you, this is actually x1, x2, x3. Are you getting my point? This one is M1, M2, M3.